Dalton Brown climbing on board Her Royal Highness. Field in line for the 1,000 guineas, first classic of the season. It's over a mile, all fillies. They're off for the 1,000 guineas. Excellence far side gets a good start. Miss Lee is running quickly. Eloping Emma in between horses, Alfusia and Grandi Ilani racing out wide. Soca Party running near the rail. Just in behind those Topless Angel. Moment of Hope hidden in between horses. As up front, Miss Lee has taken charge and slipped away by some 3 lengths. Moment of Hope now cutting into the lead. Soca Party right there in third. Excellence on the outside, just fourth. A Royal Highness Races on the outside shoulder of Topless Angel. In behind those, a break of 2 lengths back to Gabby Witzer. Alfusia cruising easy. Grandi Ilani Races next ahead of City Train. Eloping Emma on the tails of those. 2.5 lengths back to Regal Sensation, and Flying Margaret crawling at the back as the field arrive with a half a mile remaining. Miss Lee rated on that lead. Moment of Hope now breathing right down her neck as they arrive at the 7/16. 2 lengths back to Soca Party, shaken hard. In behind them a wall of horses. Excellence making progress on the outside of Her Royal Highness. These in a very, very tight group. There goes Alfusia now bursting through on the outside as Miss Lee will just about turn for home. Here's Alfusia kicking in wide of horses. In behind them, that's Moment of Hope. Topless Angel down against the rail, but they're in the stretch with 3/16 remaining, and it's the filly Alfusia. Here's Gabby Witzer now beginning to close on the outside. Alfusia being caught by Gabby Witzer, and the battle is on. Gabby Witzer and Alfusia, the rider all over Alfusia. She's responding. Gabby Witzer won't go away on the outside. It's Alfusia driven to the back. She wins the 1,000 guineas over Gabby Witzer. Excellence, Regal Sensation, and Topless Angel.
Outside of that, and Try Grenade is the trailer. 21-2, the time for that first quarter, and Comic Fool has the lead by 3.5 lengths.
Number 10, Alfusia, a 3-year-old bay filly by legal process. Lady Buckle by liver stand. Brett Henry W. Jagai, ODJP. Owned for Asphalt Farm, train Rowan Matthew, the rider Dane Nelson. Second, 6, Gabby Witzel. Third, 13, Excellence. Fourth, 7, Regal Sensation. Fifth, 1, Topless Angel. Running time, 1,600 meters, 1 minute 42 and 1. Mr. Suter will also present to the winning trainer, Rowan Matthew. Mr. Cecil A. Warren, Commissioner of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Commission, presents to Andrea Jagai Williams on behalf of the winning breeder, Henry W. Jagai. Mr. Richard Chen, Commissioner of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Commission, presents to the winning jockey, Dane Nelson. Mr. Chen will also present to the winning groom, Anthony Blair.
Horses are taking the track for today's 10th. It's Division 2 of a maiden special weight for native bred 3-year-old fillies, the distance 1,200 meters. Number 2, Kissing Chrissy, the weight 51 kilos. 3, Aoki Lee, 51. 9, Lady Cam Sarka, 51. 10, Run Charm Run, the weight 51 kilos, the rider Fabian Jones. 12, Haberdasher, 51.5 kilos. Wagering offered on double, Exacta, Quinella, Trifecta, High Five, and Rolling Triple, 6 minutes to post.
Last one in cryptogram, field in line for the 36th running of the Jamaica 2000 Guineas, and the colts are off and running. Classy Prospect shows speed along with Cryptogram, Mark My Word. These three vie for that lead. Heart of a Champion right up with them along with Life is Just for Living. These group up tightly. Try a Lawyer is further back. The King and Ion is outside. Colonel Wales settled just off the fractions with Global Warming. A gap opens up to Super Center. And trailing the Guineas field is Junior Minister. They've left the 6 and run toward the 5. With Life is Just for Living now taking on that lead by 3 parts of a length. Heart of a Champion trying to stick with him. Mark My Word waits on them. Just in behind those, Classy Prospect, the King and I, Colonel Wills now moving through horses. Global Warming attached to his outside. Cryptogram racing out wide of Try a Lawyer. Super Center making mild progress. And Junior Minister has never been in it as the field have left the half mile. And the speed will increase at the 7/16th. And Life is Just for Living. Walker lets out a notch. And they go on by a length from Classy Prospect. Mark My Word stalks them a close-up third and looks dangerous as they make their way passing the 5/16th. A gap opens up to Cryptogram. Global Warming. The King and I races down against the rail. Junior Minister has made some late progress, but up front, Life is Just for Living holds on to that lead. Mark My Word now closing into it on the rail. Over on the far side, that's Classy Prospect in the green. Life is Just for Living. And Mark My Word has hit the front from Life is Just for Living. 16th to run in the Guineas. It's Mark My Word. He begins to open up. Life is Just for Living has had it. Mark My Word upsets in the Guineas. Life is Just for Living second. Junior Minister third. Classy Prospect fourth. Cryptogram fifth. In the winner's enclosure, the unofficial winner of the 2,000 guineas, 9 Mark My Word. A 3-year-old chestnut colt by Market Rally Miss Chestnut by Horse Chestnut, Bredham Stables Limited. Owned Elite Bloodstock Limited, the second win on the card for trainer Richard Azan, also the second for Dick Cardenas. Second 7, Life is Just for Living. Third 6, Junior Minister. Fourth 11, Classy Prospect. Running time, 1,600 meters, 1 minute 40. The winner's enclosure for the presentation of the Jamaica 2,000 guineas. Kindly donated by the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Commission. Making the presentation, Mr. George Suter, Chairman of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Commission. He makes it to Mrs. Terry Ann Hefes, representing Elite Bloodstock Limited, owners of Mark My Word, winner of the 2,000 guineas. Mr. Cecil Warren, Commissioner of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Commission, makes it to the winning trainer, Richard Azan. Mr. Warren will present to Lawrence Hefes, representing the winning breeder, Ham Stables Limited. Mr. Richard Chen, Commissioner of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Commission, presents to the winning rider, Dick Cardenas. Mr. Chen will present to Monica Zan, on behalf of the winning groom, Danville Smith. Result official, first 9 Mark My Word, $706 to win, $218 to place. Second 7, Life is Just for Living, $40. Third 6, Junior Minister, $246. Fourth 11, Classy Prospect.
Good start for Deep Credentials on the outside. Western Wally is also right into it. Bernie White Shoes makes it 3, battling for the early lead. Macho Irish comes away running in fourth. Pleasure Grounds is in between horses. Cowboys and Indians moving up 3 wide. Leveled is down close to the rail. Western Wally on the outside. Western Wally is going better. Western Wally to the front, and Western Wally is a 20-1 upset winner. Western Wally by 2. Deep Credentials second. Cowboys and Indians third. Level finish fourth. Number 6, Western Wally posted first.
Horses are taking the track for today's 12th and final. It's a claiming event, $250,000 down to $210,000 a tag. It's for 3-year-olds and up, the distance 1,200 meters. Number 2, Ricaba, the weight 50.5 kilos. 4, Pattern Call, 50. 5, Mr. Butcher, 50.
Field now in line for the 37th running of the Jamaica 1,000 guineas. It's over a mile. Full field of 16 participate. There are 4 the guineas. Nifal has speed, gets away from the wide draw and moves quickly toward that lead. Right Marker racing out there along with Sense of Tradition. Palace Gold and Luscious now moving closer against the fence. Palace Guard right in behind them. Treasure Girl is settled in between horses. Don't say a word, just on her heels. Right Marker racing on the extreme outside, fading back just a little bit. Darkest Amanda joins that group some 6.5 lengths off the lead. Near Culper right there on the tails of theirs and making mild progress. 4 lengths back to Isn't She Something the Grey. Zelia racing on the outside of Caridad. A trail of tears and a huge gap opens up to Stormwatch. And Life Goes On, they share last. The 1,000 Guineas field make their way now toward the half mile. It's fast approaching its climax as Nifal continues to lead up. A luscious left a length down. There goes Treasure Girl kicking in on the outside, but they've got to catch Nifal. And she heads toward the 3/8 pole, shadowed now by Treasure Girl, looking now to close in for a kill. Right marker is on the outside in a very handy position. Luscious continues to run the rail. Palace Gold strongly in between those hunters. Palace Guard racing toward the inside. But Nifal has brought them into the lane in the 1,000 Guineas. Treasure Girl working hard to get to her. Luscious left back over against the rail. Right marker toward the extreme outside. Nifal, the stick pulled out in the left hand. Battles now with a furlong to run. Treasure Girl trying to get to Nifal, who continues to prove elusive. She's as slippery as an eel. Treasure Girl, though, not giving up inside the final 16th. Nifal has a length to spare over Treasure Girl. Nifal fighting hard. Nifal wins it over Treasure Girl. Caridad is finished in third. Isn't she something? His fourth. Mare Culper looks to be fifth over Palace Gold. In the winner's enclosure, the unofficial winner of the 37th running of the Jamaica 1,000 Guineas, number 16, Nifal. A 3-year-old chestnut filly by legal process. Lady Ramragi by a restless thief. But Henry W. Jagai, ODJP. Owned for Asphalt Farm. Trained Gary Sabati, the rider Shane Ellis. Second, 7, Treasure Girl. Third, 9, Caridad. Fourth, 11, Isn't She Something? Fifth, 3, Palace Gold. Sixth, 12, Mare Culper. Running time, 1,600 meters, 1 minute 42. Horses going to the testing barn. 6, Stormwatch. 7, Treasure Girl. 15, Right Marker. 16, Nifal. That's 6, 7, 15, 16 all go to the testing barn.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Presentation for the 37 trophies for the 37th running of the Jamaica 1,000 Guineas. Ladies and gentlemen, your presentation of the 37th running of the Jamaica 1,000 Guineas, kindly donated by TWP Reality Company Limited. We build on dreams. Making this presentation, Miss Yannick Townsend, and she's the general manager of TWP Reality Company Limited. She makes a presentation to Mana McLeod, representing the owner, Falsal Farms. For the winning trainer, Gary Sobrati steps forward. Gary Sobrati steps forward and accepts the trophy on behalf of the winning trainer, that's himself, from Yannick McLeod, Yannick Townsend, the general manager at TWP Realities. Shane and he gets a kiss. Shane Ellis, the winning jockey who said he would have taught these gentlemen how to do a big man thing, has again won the 1,000 guineas, and he accepts from Yannick Townsend, the general manager of TWP Reality Company Limited. Matthew Williams, the grandson of Henry Jagai, accepts Matthew Williams. Matthew will accept on behalf of the breeder, Henry Jagai, JP, who is also in your picture, and of course, Mr. Errol Thomas, the winning groom. Gary, come back. The winning party of the 1,000. And of course, we also will be presenting 10,000 bags of 10 bags of feed. Wouldn't we like that? 10 bags of feed, courtesy of Cal's. And we have the winning owner accepting this from Kimberly Hyman, representative of Cal's. And we're not over yet. Yannick will also be presenting to the winning owner bags courtesy of TWP Reality Company Limited. And of course, Cal's is also presenting Real Vibes, a case of Real Vibes wine to the winning owner, to the winning groom. Mr. Thomas, step forward. Congratulations to the winning connection of the 1,000 guineas for 2011. And Errol proudly accepts the container of Real Vibes wine, courtesy of Cal's. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of merrymaking in the camp today. We thank the sponsors for their generous contribution and their time. We thank you, Cal's, TWP.
Zaragoza enters field in line and sent off for the 37th running of the Jamaica 2000 Guineas. Jet Setter gets away quickly and goes for the lead. Traditional Prince moving alongside him. Here comes Zaragoza, the speedy one. And Zaragoza now slips through to get it from Jet Setter racing back just ahead of Traditional Prince racing in third. Don George racing down against the fence as they make their way floating past the sixth. So South is racing wide of horses. There goes Uncle Ken now beginning to make progress. Toward the outside, Big Man Boyu has made good ground. Justin and Fire is travelling well. There goes Anatus Erasmo racing down against the rail. Coney Island Invader is running just in behind these horses as they make their way now, leaving the half-mile marker. Invictus is asked to make some progress as they now slip away. Madura Gold also making progress. Coney Island Invader has faded, overtaken by Mohegan Sun as the 2000 Guineas field have arrived at the 3 with a Zaragoza just down against the fence. They now make their way toward the 5/16th and there goes a Big Man, a Boyu now asked to pick it up on the outside as the field turned for home with a quarter of a mile to go. It looks to be Big Man, a Boyu who holds the advantage. Justin on Fire coming with a kick against the fence toward the outside of horses. Sir South running the race of his life. Then Jet Setter toward the extreme outside. That's Uncle Ken in the stretch drive. But it's Big Man Boyu who has the advantage on the run now inside the final 16th. Big Man Boyu chased by Justin on Fire. And Big Man Boyu wins the 2000 Guineas. Justin on Fire is finished in second. Erasmo looks to be third over Jet Setter. Then Uncle Ken and Sir South. In the winner's enclosure, the unofficial winner of the 37th running of the Jamaica 2000 Guineas, number 11, Big Man Boyu, a 3-year-old chestnut colt by War Marshall. Lady Chachi by Salal Bahadur. Red Henry W. Jagai ODJP, also the breeder of the winner of the 1000 Guineas. Owned Basker and Basson. Gary Sobrati capturing 1,000 and 2,000 guineas. The rider Brian Harding. Second 7, Justin on Fire. Third 6, Erasmo. Fourth 12, Jet Setter. Fifth 4, Uncle Ken. Sixth 16, Sir South. Running time 1,600 meters, 1 minute 41 and 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention is drawn to the winner's enclosure for presentation of trophies for the 37th running of the Jamaica 2000 Guineas, kindly donated by San Myrna Paper Products Company, Jamaica Limited. Making the presentation, the first one, Miss Veronica Baker, Sales and Marketing Manager from San Myrna Paper Products. She presents to Mrs. Maureen Bassau, representing Mr. Bascalan Bassau, owner. the winning owner. So that's Mrs. Marine Bassau accepting the trophy on behalf of her husband, Mr. Bhaskaran Bassau. The next presentation will be made by Miss Veronica Baker. Veronica Baker to the winning trainer, Gary Sabrati. Mr. Gary Sabrati. Gary. Mr. Gary Sabrati, the winning trainer, he accepts. And Mr. Gordon, Mr. Garnet Gordon, will be asked to make the presentation to the winning breeder, Matthew Jagai Williams, on behalf of Henry Jagai JP. Mr. Garnet Gordon will also be making the presentation to the winning jockey, Brian Harding. Mr. Garnet Gordon, planning and inventory control manager at the San Myrna Paper Products Company Limited, presents to Mr. Brian Harding. Marcia Wilson, Sales and Marketing Executive, presents to Mr. Howard Anglin on behalf of the winning groom, Easton Bennett. Mr. Howard Anglin accepts on behalf of the winning groom, Mr. Easton Bennett. Now we have some baskets here, ladies and gentlemen, and we have a package to the winning owner from Miss Yannick Townsend of TWP Realty Company Limited, to the winning owner. He also accepts a basket from San Myrna, the winning owner. Mr. Bassau, you have things to collect here. Mr. Bassau. Of course, Gary, come again. You have another basket to collect. Gary. Well, we have Karen Wright, representing Cowles Manufacturing, will donate 10 bags of feed to the winning owner, Mr. Bassau. 10 bags of feed. Mark Goodrich, on behalf of Mr. Bassau, accept 10 bags of feed courtesy of Cowles in a gift basket from Karen Wright. And Howard Anglin accepts on behalf of the groom a packet of Real Vibes courtesy of Cowles Manufacturing on behalf of the winning groom. The winning jockey accepts also a basket courtesy of San Myrna Paper Product. Brian Harding coming forward. To accept a basket courtesy of San Myrna Products. So we thank the sponsor, San Myrna Paper Products, who was so graciously donated today's trophies and gift baskets. Cowles, we thank you. And of course, TWP Realty Company Limited for sponsoring today's 1,000 guineas, and San Myrna the 2,000 guineas, and all of these lovely prizes. We also thank Cowles.
Result now official. Loading up well underway. Antoinette out along with Trini the Tutor, Star Flyer. Merovingian Queen also out. But the bulk of the runners loaded for the Guineas. First classic of the season. Antoinette coming forward to gate 5. Merovingian Queen heading for the outside draw. So to Star Flyer. Merovingian Queen up. Loaded. Star Flyer will be next. Waiting on the light, track not yet clear for racing. This is the 38th running of the Jamaica 1000 Guineas. There goes the light. Field in line. Start making sure they're all set. They're off for the 38th running of the Jamaica 1000 Guineas. Merovingian Queen gets a good start racing out wide. Exotic Gold and Mom's Secret running with her. Just in behind those, Star Flyer. Slice of Life now on the move, goes closer to those leaders. Awesome Camille is right there as they're all in a tight group. She's traditional right up with the front runners along with a Classic Princess. Trini the Tutor in a good looking spot. Exotic Gold just on her outside. Philistia races further back against the rail. Antoinette is right there, but they're balling up into a very tight group. They're followed up by Pleasure Train just in behind Exotic Gold as they run passing the 5/8 pole. My Friend Lucy races next, and the Angel is last of the Guineas field. The run now toward the final half mile. Awesome Camille showing just on that lead. Antoinette now pressing all the while. Star Flyer dropping down into a handy spot. Mom's Secret and Philistia are right there. She's traditional moving on the outside. Trini the Tutor now unleashed for the challenge, needing to make up several lengths as they now flash past the 3/8 pole. Pleasure Train is racing there. Exotic Gold now goes a hunting on the outside of Merovingian Queen as they're about to turn for home. Awesome Camille on the rail. Antoinette right there. Star Flyer in between horses. She's traditional out wide of runners. Philistia now loosened for the drive. Trini the Tutor asked the question. Exotic Gold toward the extreme outside, but it's She's Traditional who now strikes the lead. Trini the Tutor coming in chase on the far side. Star Flyer is right there too. Over on the rail, Antoinette fighting on down the stretch. 3 across the course. Star Flyer on the far side. She's Traditional in the center. They're bobheads and gone by these two. Trini the Tutor could only manage third. Antoinette fourth, also close in behind. In the winner's enclosure, the unofficial winner of the 38th running of the Jamaica 1,000 Guineas, number 11, She's Traditional, a 3-year-old chestnut filly by Traditional, Moneymaker by Royal Minister, bred Fitzroy Gillespie and Stanton Neal, also the owners, trained Fitzroy Gillespie, the rider Trevor Simpson OD, second 16 Star Flyer, third 12 Trini the Tutor, fourth 5 Antoinette, fifth 13 Exotic Gold, sixth 4 Philistia. Running time 1600 meters, 1 minute 40 and 3/5. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention called to the winner's enclosure for the presentation of the 38th running of the Jamaica 1,000 Guineas Trophy, kindly donated by CAYMANAS Track Limited. Making the presentation, Mr. Denzel Miller, Racing Secretary, CAYMANAS Track Limited. He makes it to Fitzroy Gillespie. On behalf of himself and Stanton Neal, owners of the winner, She's Traditional, Fitzroy Gillespie will receive, on behalf of the winning trainer, from Mr. Denzel Miller. He'll also receive, on behalf of the winning breeder, all of which he is a part of. She's Traditional, bred by Fitzroy Gillespie and Stanton Neal. Mr. Maurice Robertson will present. Michael Sibleys presents to the winning jockey, Trevor Simpson. He'll also present to the winning groom, Hewlett Peterson. And it was Maurice Robertson who presented the winning breeder trophy to Fitzroy Gillespie. Result now official. First 11, She's Traditional, $4,194 to win, $356 to place. Second 16, Star Flyer, $172. Third 12, Trini the Tutor, $68. Fourth 5, Antoinette. Fifth 13, Exotic Gold. Sixth 4, Philistia. The trifecta, $36,431. Exacta 85,674. Quinella 18,626. Double event 10. Waiting now on time for arms. Fitzroy Gillespie, Trevor Simpson, the combination, they won the 1,000 guineas. All correct. Uncle Donny out along with Dior and Lashing Force, Different Generation and Prince Andrew. These are the ones left out. Back to the gates, Different Generation. Out, along with Uncle Donny, Lashing Force and Dior. Different Generation. Up in. Uncle Donny out, along with Lashing Force. Dior led in minus the rider. He's waiting on the gates. Now he climbs aboard. Waiting on Lashing Force. Lashing Force loads. Field in line for the 38th running of the Jamaica 2,000 guineas. 1 mile the trip. They're off for the Guineas. Different Generation breaks with Uncle Donny. They race out wide. Smart Bidder in behind them with Lashing Force now beginning to make gains early. Dior is traveling close enough along with Prince Andrew. Sunshine Boy, the one on the rail, now picking up as they make their way leaving the dummy rails and head down the backstretch with a Lashing Force, the rider holding Lashing Force tightly. Different Generation on the outside of Sunshine Boy. Kantari has made good progress. Prince Andrew now right there in behind them in a good spot with Uncle Donny. Dior racing just next. Papadi making ground against the fence. Aventura now edging closer on the outside of Horses. All Correct is some ways off those leaders. So to Smart Bidder, then the Legacy. A break back to Time for Arms, and a Great Like That trails the Guineas field as they leave the half mile and sprint into the turn. Different Generation right down against, rather right on the outside of a Lashing Force, and they continue the battle up front as they now slip past the 3/8 pole. Uncle Donny now asked to make gains by the rider. Kantari is there. Aventura hidden from view. All Correct now begins to gain all the while. Prince Andrew in a spot. He can win from there if good enough as they turn for home in the 2000 Guineas. Uncle Donny asked to kick with Aventura. All Correct will come at them widest of all. Different Generation left back over on the rail along with Lashing Force. Kantari racing in behind Horses down the stretch toward the furlong pole, and now out in front. All Correct has the lead. Uncle Donny now trying to give him a fight inside the final 16. It's Uncle Donny over on the far side. All Correct nearest to us, and Uncle Donny, he looks smart and he comes away to win the Guineas over All Correct. Aventura close in behind. In the winner's enclosure, the unofficial winner of the 38th running of the Jamaica 2000 Guineas, number 14, Uncle Donny, a 3-year-old grey colt by Dayton Flyer, Pretty Hilly, by Royal Minister, bred Donald G. Webley, owned Oak Ridge Farms. Trained Anthony Nunes, the rider Dick Cardenas. Second 9, All Correct. The third 10, Aventura. Fourth 2, Cantare. Fifth 15, Smart Bidder. Sixth 7, Time for Arms. Running time 1600 meters, 1 minute 39 and 3. Horses going to the testing barn. 8, Prince Andrew. 9, All Correct. 14, Uncle Donny. 15, Smart Bidder. 8, 9. 14, 15 all go to the testing barn. Making the presentation, Mr. Franz Jobson, CEO, CAYMANAS Track Limited. He makes it to the winning owner, Don Webby Sr. Mr. Franz Jobson presents to Kelly Nunes on behalf of the winning trainer, her father Anthony Nunes. Mr. Denzel Miller, Racing Secretary, CAYMANAS Track Limited, presents to Mr. Don Webby Jr. on behalf of the winning breeder, Don Webby. Mr. Denzel Miller presents to the winning jockey, Dick Cardenas. And Mr. Hector Peart, Chief Engineer, CAYMANAS Track Limited, presents to the winning groom, Ralston Dixon. Result now official. First 14, Uncle Donnie, $140 to win, $50 to place. Second 9, all correct, 48. Third 10, Aventura, 66. Fourth 2, Cantare. Fifth 15, Smart Bidder. Sixth 7, Time for Arms. Trifecta, $280. Exacta, $280. Quinella, $120. Double event, $400. Nobody won the hit 6. Carryover, $471,857.75. 130 winning triples at $2,368. 321 winners of the late Super 6, $6,196. Starter on his rostrum. Track clear for racing. Field in line. This is the 2,000 guineas. They're all set. They're off for the 39th running of the Jamaica 2000 Guineas. Piscean Rocket came off slow with Hovercraft and swapped. Willie Goldsmith is sprinting on the outside. Crucial Appeal as expected, right up with the front end as they now slip past the 7 furlong marker. Uncle Taft makes a good move to go close to those leaders. Big Man in Town has them all covered and begins to inch closer right against the rail as they make their way now running past the 6 in the Guineas. A break of 3 lengths back to Rum Punch. Perfect Neighbor in between horses. Hovercraft has made good progress on the outside. Watch Piscean Rocket running down against the rail, possibly 5 lengths off the lead and closing. Perfect Neighbor is in behind horses, then swapped, and at the back of the field it's Miracle Train. They're running up toward the final half mile in the event. Crucial Appeal on the outside. Right there on the inside, that's Big Man in Town, and these two now go at it. Willie Goldsmith sent in chase. He should be the danger. Piscean Rocket racing back there in 4th spot. Rum Punch on the outside, then Uncle Tap. Perfect Neighbor asked to make progress a long ways behind the leader. Hovercraft on his outside. A break back to Miracle Train, and Forget swapped as they're coming to the climax of the Guineas, and Crucial Appeal battles Big Man in Town against the fence. Willie Goldsmith now asked to come forward. These three across the course as they run past the 3/16th, and a Crucial Appeal. Griffiths continues to find extra. Big Man in Town worrying him on the rail. Willie Goldsmith right there on the outside, a furlong to run. Crucial Appeal and Willie Goldsmith, and now Willie Goldsmith kicks in toward the center inside the final 16th. It's Willie Goldsmith. Here is Perfect Neighbor, produced with a surge on the outside. Willie Goldsmith looks to have done it over Perfect Neighbor, close between Big Man in Town and Crucial Appeal. In the winner's enclosure, the unofficial winner of today's 9th, number 10, Willie Goldsmith, a 3-year-old chestnut gelding by traditional, gracious gift by Law of the Sea, bred Michael Lynn Cook, on WB Racing, trained Patrick Chang, the rider Shane Ellis. The second, 6, Perfect Neighbor. There's a dead heat for third to 2, Big Man in Town. Also third, number 9, a Crucial Appeal. A running time, 1,600 meters, 1 minute 40 and 1/5. Result now official. First 10, Willie Goldsmith, $124 to win, 48 to place. Second 6, Perfect Neighbor, $50. Third 2, Big Man in Town, 46.
Bag one Dean. Now we have Cedric Stewart, the CEO at CTL, presenting to Dominic on behalf of his father, Patrick Chang. Paul Constantine will now make this presentation to Michael Limcook. Michael Limcook, come forward, please. He is a winning breeder. Catherine Clark. Catherine Clark will now come forward to make the presentation to the winning jockey, Shane Ellis. Catherine, the promotions manager here at CAYMANAS, will present to Shane Ellis, the winning jockey. And Amber Stewart, Mrs. Amber Stewart, the chairman of Track Price Plus Limited, will make the presentation to Michelle Mattis, representing the winning groom, Anthony Williams. She also presents a gift voucher from Track Price Plus Limited to the winning groom, who will also receive a gift package from LP Azar Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, the winning connection of the 39th running of the Jamaica 2000 Guineas, sponsored by LP Azar Group of Company Limited, 2013.
Tractor for racing, field in line for the 39th running of the 1,000 Guineas. They're off for the Guineas. Rears a Superstar, Lady Abhijita. They take off on the far side with Rears a Superstar showing narrowly. Lady Sharvani moving up as they begin to bunch on the front end as they now make their way running past the 7. Western Roses made good progress to tackle Rears a Superstar for that lead. Lady Sharvani on a tight wrap races on the outside of horses. Official report is racing there. Money Move moving down against the rail as they make their way now just about to go toward the final 5/8 of a mile. Argentina is well positioned. Lady Sharvani on the outside of official report. Fierce and Fabulous is just about 6 lengths off the lead. Olympic prospect Lady Abhijita. Selector Book now making ground on the outside of runners. Perfect Day settled just off the fractions in behind them. Then we have a break back to Country Train in the red cap. Then Zacapa and Forget at the back. Go-Go Train. The Guineas feel now the tempo increasing as they leave the 7/16th, and it's Lady Sharvani. She has tugged her rider and they get the lead by ahead as they now make their way toward the final 5/16 of a mile. Here's a Superstar running her heart out right there in a good spot. Selector Book now beginning to make ground on the outside of horses. Perfect Day asked to make ground, but they're into the lane in the 1,000 Guineas. A quarter of a mile to go. Here's a Superstar on the inside of a Lady Sharvani. Selector Book is right there now and traveling powerfully. Here's Perfect Day now beginning to pick up as they run toward the furlong pole. Selector Book with the lead, challenged now by Perfect Day asked to get her. Selector Book and Perfect Day. The outcome will be between one of these. Selector Book beginning to edge away once again, and Selector Book wins the 1,000 Guineas over Perfect Day. Go-Go Trainers finished third. Over Rears a Superstar, then Lady Sharvani and Lady Abhijita. In the winner's enclosure, the unofficial winner of the 39th running of the Jamaica 1,000 Guineas, number 13, Selector Book. A 3-year-old bay filly by natural selection, by a book by Take Me Out. Bred YS 1955 Limited. Owned John E. Good and Elias Salute and Stephen A. Narain. Trained Anthony Nunes, the rider Dick Cardenas. Second 2, Perfect Day. Third 1, Go-Go Train. Fourth 14, Rears a Superstar. Fifth 12, Lady Sharvani. Sixth 15, Lady Abhijita. Running time 1600 meters, 1 minute 41 and 1/5. Horses going to the testing barn, 2, Perfect Day. 11, Official Report. 12, Lady Sharvani. 13, Selector Book. 2, 11, 12, 13. Go to the testing barn.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention is called to the winners' enclosure for the presentation of the trophies for the 39th running of the Jamaica 1,000 Guineas, kindly donated by LPSR Group of Company Limited. Making this presentation, Mr. Andrew Azar, the Managing Director of LPSR, presents it to Elias Halut, the owner representing John Good, Elias Halut, and Stefan Narayan Singh. The next presentation will be made by Cedric Stewart, CAYMANAS Track CEO. We present it to Anthony Nunes, the winning trainer. And congratulations are in order. Next presentation, Mr. David Hobson. David Hobson, come forward and presenting to Tara Nunes. Tara. Step down. Tara Nunes, come down, yes. She accepts on behalf of YS Farms 1955 Limited. Catherine Clark will now present to the winning jockey, Dick Cardenas. And she's a promotions manager here at CAYMANAS Park. And Sheena Rampal will now present. She's a brand manager here. She presents to Kelly Nunes on behalf of Ralston Dixon, the winning groom. Oh. Ralston Dixon is here to accept his trophy from Sheena Rampal, the brand manager here at CAYMANAS Park.
Result now official. First 13 selector book, $244 to win 100. So we're on to post time. 1 mile. So this is the 1,000 Guineas, sponsored by C.D. Alexander. Also correct out. Queen Paula will load wide, but the majority of the runners are in. Track clear for racing. Field in line. for the 1,000 guineas. They appear to be all set. They're off for the 1,000 guineas. Queen Paula gets a good start out wide. Miss Juanita and Raven Renee there, also correct is there too. Street Dancer is coming up now to prompt the early pace. Bubbling Angeline is right there on the premises as they leave the 7 and make their way down the back stretch. Street Dancer a narrow leader, Bubbling Angeline right there. Queen Paula moves up now to take them on. Just in behind there, Sparkling Michaela out wide. A Blackthorn races near the rail and now pulls clear of Sparkling Michaela and also correct. Gaga Lady the Grey races next along with Miss Juanita as they're stringing out a bit. 4 lengths back to Cabrina. Cher Mandis is there along with Liar Liar. And trailing the Guineas field is Raven Renee. They're about to leave the back stretch. They're arriving at the half mile, and the Bubbling Angeline now takes a very slim advantage. Queen Paula continues to press as they leave the 7/16. A gap back to Street Dancer found wanting. Blackthorn races next, just ahead of Miss Juanita. Also correct runs in behind them, but the war up front as they arrive at the 5/16. Bubbling Angeline on the rail. Queen Paula on the outside continuing to test her all the while as they've turned for home, and it's Queen Paula in the white cap who takes charge in the 1,000 guineas. Bubbling Angeline asked to fight back against the rail. Further back to Blackthorn in the centre. Street Dancer can't win from there, or Miss Juanita, but an upset is in the making in the Guineas. It's Queen Paula beginning to pull away from Bubbling Angeline. Her stamina limitations have been shown, and Queen Paula is coming away, and she'll upset and win the 1,000 guineas. Blackthorn snatches second. Bubbling Angeline can only manage third, then also correct. In the winner's enclosure, the unofficial winner of the 40th running of the Jamaica 1,000 Guineas, sponsored by C.D. Alexander Company, Realty Limited. Number 12, Queen Paula, a 3-year-old bay filly. She's by film director Breathless by Dixie Dancer. Bred, owned and trained, Lorenzo Robinson, the rider, Andre Martin. Placings now on the board. First 12, Queen Paula. Second 1, Blackthorn. Third 4, Bubbling Angeline. Fourth 9, also correct. Fifth goes to 11, Raven Renee. Running time, 1 mile, 1 minute 39 and 4. Alexander Realty Company Limited, to Milton Forrester. Representing Lorenzo Robinson, owner of the winner, Queen Paula. Miss Tanisha Ellis, ambassador of Costa Rica to Jamaica, presents to the winning trainer, Lorenzo Robinson. Mr. Franz Jobson, CEO, CD Alexander Realty Company Limited, present to Clement Green on behalf of the winning breeder Lorenzo Robinson. We're asking the gentleman on the stage to hold it, please. We're making announcements. Please hold it on the stage. Mr. John Azar, marketing executive, CD Alexander, presents to the winning jockey, Andre Martin. And then Miss Denise Sangster, marketing executive, CD Alexander Realty, presents to Everell Johnson on behalf of the winning groom, Granville Singh. Trainer Lawrence Fremantle asked to go now to the Strodes room. Lawrence Fremantle wanted in the Strodes room as the runners take the track for the 10th. It's a claiming event for 4-year-olds and up who have not finished first through third since the 5th of December 2013. The distance 1,200 meters, the tag 180,000. Number 1, Silver Cat, make the weight 53 kilos. 2, Top Ranking, 52. 3, Te Amo, 53. 5, Can Be Anything, 53.5. 7, Time of Storm, 55. 8, Anarkali, 49. 15, Classic Vogue, 53. Wagering offered on Exacta, Cunella, Trifecta, Hit 6. Hit 6 carry over in excess $193,000. 8 minutes to post. Sponsored today by C.D. Alexander, rider off talented Tony K. That's Omar Walker. Moving forward, and will climb up into his irons. Field in line. Second classic of the season. This is for the Colts and Geldings. They're all set. They're off for the 40th running of the Jamaica 2000 Guineas. Rocket Man and Insane Bolt came off a beat slow, but they're recovering. Declaring War has been left at the back. As talented Tony Kay now possesses speed, Rocket Man moves quickly up now to take him on. Insane Bolt races next. Franfield settle on the outside in fourth spot, and Handy as they run the backstretch. Mr. Awesome and the Chosen One almost together. Bars of Gold further back, possibly some 8 lengths off the lead. Butler Cabin races a further 3 lengths in behind him, accompanied by Relampago and declaring war at the back of the field as they've left the 5 and run toward the half mile. It's a talented Tony Kay, Rocket Man and Insane Bolt right there. Mr. Awesome toward the outside as they're about now to arrive at the half mile and go spinning into that turn, and the one to catch is a talented Tony Kay. Rocket Man is 2 lengths down and asked a question by Griffiths as they're about to arrive at the 3. Insane Bolt a further 3 lengths in behind him. Franfield now will try to get to them if he can, but they flash past the 5/16th, and it's talented Tony Kay out in front. Rocket Man switched off the rail to the outside, and the battle in the drive begins, and talented Tony Kay is traveling strongly with 3/16 remaining. Rocket Man is wide of him as they run toward the furlong pole. It's talented Tony Kay. Rocket Man trying to get to him. Bars of Gold has moved down into third. Relampago is over on the rail, but they run inside the final 16th, and this is talented Tony Kay in the 2,000 Guineas. Talented Tony Kay beats them all. Relampago is second, Rocket Man third, Bars of Gold fourth, Insane Bolt is fifth. In the winner's enclosure, the unofficial winner of the 40th running of the Jamaica 2000 Guineas, number 4, talented Tony Kay, a 3-year-old bay colt by Traditional, Ocean Liner by Law of the Sea, bred Donald Williams, owned Jigsy Blade, trained Lorne Curlew, the rider Omar Walker. Second 9, Relampago, third 1, Rocket Man, fourth 10, Bars of Gold, fifth 2, Insane Bolt. Running time 1600 meters, 1 minute 41. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention called to the winner's enclosure for the presentation of the 40th running of the Jamaica 2000 Guineas, kindly donated by C.D. Alexander Realty Company Limited. Making the presentation, Mr. Andrew Azar, Chairman, C.D. Alexander Realty Company Limited, to the winning owner, Richard Atkinson, receiving on behalf of Jigsy Blade. Mr. Azar will present to the winning trainer, Lorne Curlew. Mr. Franz Jobson will present to the winning breeder, received by Lorne Curlew. On behalf of Donald Williams, breeder of the winner, talented Tony Kay. Miss Denise Sangster will present to the winning jockey or to a representative of the winning jockey, Omar Walker. Mr. John Azar presents to the winning groom, Maurice Hart. And this one will be collected by the very happy trainer, Lorne Curlew. Horses take the track. They're closing up the front and moving out of the way. Here's the starter. So the 1,000 guineas, sponsored by Post to Post, field in line. They're off for the 1,000 guineas. Barranca gets a good start on the far side. Forest Flame over there too. Come Dance With Me in the red cap, asked to come through along with Wahid Najma. Mom Student in the orange silks now coming through as they leave the 7. And it is Mom Student who leads up from Wahid Najma. Toward the outside, Barranca. Putty Poo is in a good position. Wings of Hope in between horses along with Come Dance With Me. Racing down near the rail as they go flashing past the 6. That's Nicole as they make their way now down the back stretch. Come Dance With Me has faded back a bit. A Dream Come True racing right with that one. Biranco also fading back through, taken off the fractions. Toward his inside, that's a Forest Flame, or her inside rather. Gypsy Flash racing next along with Vintage Ruckus, then Granville Greta. And at the back of the field, it's Alicynth totally out of it as they will quicken up now. They've left the half mile and arrive at the 7/16th. Mom Student holding on to the advantage. Putty Poo now asked to attack just a length down. These are the main contenders as they go past the 3 and make their way now toward the 5/16th. Mom Student attempting to go all the way. Putty Poo trying to deny. Making some progress. That's Nicole. Dream Come True toward the inside, but they're all far back as the leaders come into the lane, and Putty Poo now strikes the front. Mom Student battling on. These two fighting for it as they run toward the furlong pole. Putty Poo with the lead. Mom Student right there and continuing to fight as they're inside the final furlong, but now Putty Poo switches on the afterburners, and Putty Poo begins to draw away inside the final 16th. It's Putty Poo coming away to win the 1,000 guineas in fine style over Mom Student. Their anchor is third. It's tight. Forest Flame on the far side. Gypsy Flash nearest to us. In the winner's enclosure, the unofficial winner of the 41st running of the Jamaica 1,000 guineas, number 7, Putty Poo. She's a 3-year-old bay filly by Adore the Gold, Shahar by Law of the Sea. Bred, owned, trained, Richard Hassan, the rider Omar Walker. We'll await the placings. Placings: first 7 Putty Poo, the second 3 Mom Student. Attention call to the winner's enclosure for the presentation of the 41st running of the Jamaica 1,000 guineas, sponsored by Post to Post Betting Company Limited. Making the presentation is Sandra Donaldson, CEO Post to Post. She makes it to Monique Azan. On behalf of the winning owner, Richard Azan, she'll also present to the winning trainer, Richard Azan. Mikey Bell, sports betting manager, presents to Richard Azan on behalf of the winning breeder. And of course, that's himself. He will also present to the winning jockey, Omar Walker. And the Petitine Williams Cheeks financial controller, post to post, will present to Gary Crawford on behalf of the winning groom, Wayne Malcolm. Result now, official, first 7, Pudipu the winner. Now we have a line. This is the 2,000 guineas, sponsored by Post to Post. Appear to be all set to go. They're off for the guineas. Ballon d'Or, Seeking My Dream, they come away quickly. Action Man is early and moving up quickly. Royal Assault is also travelling strongly along with the Dripping in Gold, and it's Royal Assault and the Dripping in Gold who go on as they leave the 7 and take the main track. Dripping in Gold now quickens to get that lead. Royal Assault is left a length and a piece back in second. Action Man is travelling powerfully toward the outside, Seeking My Dream. Poker Star just ahead of Alibaba, now looking to be slotted in between horses. Siempre Bueno is kept off the pace, possibly 8 lengths off the lead. A length and a piece back to Guineas Racing there as they continue their charge down the back stretch and make their way now toward the final half mile. In behind horses, Alacran now has some catching up to do at this stage as the Guineas field arrive at the half mile, and it's a Dripping in Gold with the advantage. Action Man right there too toward the outside, asked to make some ground. That's Seeking My Dream. Siempre Bueno is also travelling pretty quickly at this stage. Alibaba now beginning to pick up and looking a threat already. Royal Assault begins to fade. Alacran has a lot to do as they're coming into the lane, and it is Seeking My Dream. Siempre Bueno now asked to oblige on the outside with a strong challenge. Alibaba is on the rail and beginning to come forward. Seeking My Dream under the stick. Alibaba and Siempre Bueno in close proximity. Here now is Alacran on the outside. Seeking My Dream fighting off Alibaba in a desperate drive inside the final 16th. Alibaba on the rail now creeping closer. Seeking My Dream gives way. Alibaba has the lead and wins the Guineas over Seeking My Dream, Alacran, Siempre Bueno and Poker Star. In the winner's enclosure, the unofficial winner of the 41st running of the Jamaica 2000 Guineas, sponsored by Post to Post, number 8, Ali Baba, a 3-year-old bay colt by Fearless Vision, a hoofer by Royal Minister, bred and owned Winston Kong, trained Wayne Acosta OD, Robert Halladine having his first classic win. Second 12, Seeking My Dream, as we await on the placings to go up. Placings now up. First 8, Alibaba. Second 12, Seeking My Dream. Third 7, Alacran. Fourth 11, Siempre Bueno. Finishing fifth 5, Poker Star. Running time 1600 meters. Hope I'm seeing correctly. 1 minute 37 and 4/5 of a second. Result now official. First 8, Alibaba, $174 to win, 73 to place. Second 12, Seeking My Dream, $116. The third 7, Alacran, 60. Fourth 11, Siempre Bueno. Fifth 5, Poker Star. The trifecta, $758. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention now called to the winner's enclosure for the presentation of the post-to-post sponsored 41st running of the Jamaica 2000 Guineas Trophy. Making the presentation, Sandra Donaldson, CEO, post-to-post. She will make it to Winston Kong, owner of the winner. Sandra Donaldson will also present to trainer Wayne DaCosta. Petty Teen Cheeks, financial controller, post to post, will present to Jason DaCosta on behalf of the winning breeder, Winston Kong. And it looks as if that's Mrs. DaCosta receiving it. Petty Teen Cheeks will present to the winning rider, Robert Hallidine. Mikey Bell, sports manager, post to post, will present to Corey Grant on behalf of Richard Thompson, the winning groom. The 7-horse Gold Miner, rider off. That's Omar Walker himself, and Wayne DaCosta looking for a double. Gold Miner appearing not yet to be in. So Gold Miner continues to give problems. Now Gold Miner loads. Field in line for the post to post. 1,000 guineas. They're all set to go. They're off for the guineas. Birdcatcher flies the coop on the far side, goes for that lead. Sorrentino Star got a good start. So too Classy Aviator. Gold Miner is right up with the front end. 1,000 Stars in between horses. Nuclear Warning is tugging the rider now to go for that lead. So we have a tight bunch up front. Also there too at this stage, that's Dreaming the Code as they make their way down the back stretch. Bubbling Kitten just off the fractions. Nuclear Affair is some 7 or 8 lengths off that lead. Glider just in behind him. Girly Links racing on the outside in the red silks, just ahead of Golden Glory, then Fedora, and Montegonian is last. The Guineas field have left the 5. They run away now toward the half-mile marker. Nuclear Warning is down on the rail and travelling strong. Gold Miner toward the outside as they're about to arrive at the half-mile, and now Gold Miner goes on. Gold Miner with that lead. Nuclear Affair is asked to make some ground in between horses at this stage. Sorrentino Star has now shifted gear and now moves to challenge Gold Miner for the lead. Classy Aviator is racing up next with Birdcatcher. There goes Nuclear Affair now under the pump on the outside and beginning to gain as they now leave the 5/16th, about to come into the lane, and Nuclear Affair has caught them all. Nuclear Affair on the outside has that lead. Birdcatcher and Gold Miner left in behind. Sorrentino Star not really gaining any momentum right alongside 1,000 Stars, but it's the smart filly Nuclear Affair in the hands of Day Nelson. They leave the furlong pole in behind and leave the rest of them all for dead and toiling in the wake of Nuclear Affair. What a run by the filly. Nuclear Affair swamps them in the 1,000 guineas. A convincing winner in the end. It's tight for the miners. Sorrentino Star in between horses. 1,000 Stars out 3 wide. Birdcatcher near the rail. In the winner's enclosure, the unofficial winner of the post-to-post Jamaica 1,000 guineas, number 2, Nuclear Affair. She's a 3-year-old chestnut filly by Nuclear Wayne, Commandra Affair by Black Tie Affair, bred Michael Bernard, owned my cross, a trained Gary Sobrati, the rider Dane Nelson, his second win on the card. Second 8, 1,000 Stars. Third 13, Sorrentino Star. Fourth 14, Birdcatcher. Fifth 4, Golden Glory. Running time 1,600 meters, 1:39 and 2. Result now official. First 2 nuclear affair, $83 to win, 60 to place. Second 8, 1,000 stars, $131. Third 13, Sorrentino star, 83. Fourth 14, Birdcatcher. Fifth 4, Golden Glory. Trifecta, $674. Exacta, 807. Quinella, 775. Dub event, 464. 15 high fives, 9,679. 69.
The Jamaica 1,000 guineas. This is the 42nd running, this year sponsored by Post to Post Betting. The first presentation will be made to the winning owner, Mr. Mikey Bernard, and the presentation made by Sandra Donaldson, CEO Post to Post. Mr. Michael Bernard will also receive, of course, as the breeder. Nice to breed your own classic winner. To the winning trainer, well done, Gary Sobrati. Presentation being made by Clive Beckford, ITT Projects Manager, Post to Post. And here's Mr. Bernard again, receiving on behalf of the winning breeder himself. Presentation made by Seritz Mikey Bell, Post to Post Any Bet Manager. Mr. Carl Gowdy, Operations Manager, makes a presentation to the representative of the winning jockey, Mr. Derek Wolf. The winning jockey, of course, Dane Nelson. And to the winning groom, Seritz Mikey Bell again presents to Mark Jaramillo on behalf of the winning groom, Easton Bennett.
Backing out. Now he looks to be in. Field in line for the Post to Post sponsored Jamaica 2,000 guineas. And the colts are off. Gary Glitter breaks well far side with Lord Eckerson, Future King. They're running quickly. Chase the Great is right up close to those fractures. Dr. Banner there too. Orpheus just in behind, kept off them a bit, overtaken by Big Data going a-hunting. Jamai Raja Races a half a length down in behind Orpheus. Just about 6 lengths separates that pack. Ian Lynx is the one racing on the rail, overtaken narrowly by Will in Charge. Zugulu kept a length off those. Then Proud President and Big Daddy Cool not going yet at the back. They've left the 6 and run away now toward the 5. Dr. Banner and Lord Eccles on that lead. They match strides. Big Data just in behind them. Gary Glitter fades back on the outside. Chase the Great now seen making eye-catching progress and hanging on to that rail run as they arrive at the half mile, and they're into the turn, and Chase the Great and Lord Eccles do battle up front. Chase the Great just the leader. Lord Eccles right at his girth as they run toward the final 3/8 of a mile. Future King now begins his run on the outside. Gary Glitter is under the pump and trying to go on with them. Jamai Roger in behind. Orpheus is now beginning his run. He needs to make up 5 or more, but they're coming into the lane in the 2,000 guineas, and it's Chase the Great pointing over Lord Eccles. Here now is Future King in the red nose band, and the blue silks down against the rail. Chase the Great drifting off a true line. Future King running straight and true. Lord Eccles is in behind horses with Jamai Roger. Orpheus is on the outside, but they've left the furlong pole, and Future King has the lead inside the final 16. Chase the Great attempting a rally on his outside. Orpheus coming with a late charge, but Future King wins the 2,000 guineas. Over Orpheus, Chase the Great, then Big Daddy Cool and Lord Eccles. In the winner's enclosure, the unofficial winner of today's 11th, the 42nd running of the post-to-post Jamaica 2,000 guineas, 10 Future King. A 3-year-old dark bay colt by natural selection, Millennium Princess by Muktakdim. Bred Wyeth, 1955 Limited, owned Alfred Lee, Jeffrey Mordecai. Trained Wayne Acosta OD, his second win, the rider Robert Hallidine. Second, 6 Orpheus. Third, 7 Chase the Great. Fourth, 2 Big Daddy Cool. Fifth, 12 Lord Eccles. Running time, 1,600 meters, 1:39 and 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention is directed to the winner's enclosure for the presentation of the Post to Post 2,000 guineas, kindly donated by Post to Post Betting and Gaming Entertainment. First to the winning owner, Mr. Jeffrey Mordecai. Presenting to Mr. Mordecai, Sandra Donaldson, CEO, Post to Post Betting and Gaming Entertainment. Next to the winning trainer, the brilliant champion trainer Wayne DaCosta, who has done a splendid job in bringing this horse here this afternoon. Making the presentation, sir, it's Mikey Bell. Of Post to Post Any Bet Manager. Next will be Mr. Clive Beckford, ITT Projects Manager, to trainer Wayne DaCosta again on behalf of the winning breeder. Mr. Carl Gowdy, Operations Manager, to the winning jockey. Well done, Robert Hallidin. And Serret's Mikey Bell will again present, this time to the winning groom, Mr. Anthony Getfield. On behalf of CAYMANAS Track Limited, we take this opportunity once again to thank Post to Post Betting and Gaming Entertainment for your kind sponsorship.
Just reminding you that next race day is Wednesday, April 13, where we will have a 9-race card for you beginning at approximately 1 p.m. See you there. Michael Sims has taken his position. Marlene, my love, looks to be in. Blue Tradition seems to have loaded. Attendant getting out of the front. Field in line for the 1,000 guineas. They're off. Empress Hall, Lady Faye. They come away quickly on the far side. Lightning Lily is moving closer to them and challenging early. In behind those Muddy Magnet Races on the rail, True Whisper in between horses, Jamaican Pharaoh right on the tail end of that group of runners. Fort Knox is in between horses, Sarah Lee traveling pretty quickly at this stage as they continue to make their way down the back stretch. These are followed up by Marlene, My Love, Lady Faye on the outside. Blue Tradition is next, then Great Faith as the field run toward the 5. They're there now. And it's Empress Hall from Money Magnet. She's a man-eater, has made progress. Lightning Lily on the outside. True Whisper near the rail. Fort Knox Races up next. Bilingual hidden from view on the outside as they now quicken the tempo at the half mile. Great Faith and Marlene My Love are shaken for run. Sarah Lee fading back, overtaken by a Blue Tradition. Looks to be Lady Faye on the outside of horses, and Jamaican Pharaoh is last as the 1,000 guineas field now arrive at the 3, and the favourite She's a Manita comes up to challenge Money Magnet for the lead. Watch Bilingual cruising down dangerously on the outside. These are the 3 main contenders. They're into the lane, and it's She's a Manita who has it. Bilingual asked to attack on the outside. Money Magnet found a bit wanting at the moment over on the rail. She's a Man-Eater by a length. Bilingual switched toward her inside. Further back to Marlene My Love, asked to run on, but they're at the furlong pole, and it's the favourite She's a Man-Eater, Omar Walker and Wayne DaCosta for Winston Kong. They will win the 1,000 guineas. She's a Man-Eater does it by 5 over Bilingual. Then Money Magnet, Marlene My Love. Great Faith is 5th. Returning to the winner's enclosure, the unofficial winner of the 43rd running of the Jamaica 1,000 guineas, sponsored by Cashpot Mega Ball. Number 10, She's a Man-Eater, a 3-year-old bay filly by Natural Selection, a hoofer by Royal Minister. Bred and owned Winston Kong, trained Wayne DaCosta OD, the rider Omar Walker. 3 wins for each. Second, 12, Bilingual. The third, 4, Money Magnet. 4th, 2, Marlene My Love. 5th, 7, Great Faith. $77 to win, 54 to place. Second, 12, Bilingual, 65. The third, 4, Money Magnet, 86. Fourth, 2, Marlene My Love. Fifth, 7, Great Faith. Trifecta, $120. Exacta, $195. Quinella, $108.
Double event 147. 42 high fives 4,691. 476 triples 536 each. Splits 23-4, 47, 112. A mile raced in 139, the margins 4 1/4 by 2.
Attention please, ladies and gentlemen, your attention is directed to the winner's enclosure for the presentation of the Jamaica 1000 Guineas, sponsored this year by Cashpot Mega Ball. Kindly donated by ISP Finance Services Limited. To the winning owner, Mr. Winston Kong, presentation by Mr. Paul Ho, Chairman, Supreme Ventures Limited and Supreme Ventures Racing and Entertainment Limited. Next up, to the winning trainer, the brilliant Wayne Da Costa. Presentation will be made by Mr. Jason Hall, Vice President, Marketing, Supreme Ventures Limited. Next to the winning breeder, who is also the winning owner. What a wonderful feat to see your little baby girl win the 1,000 Guineas. Mr. Winston Kong will receive from Mrs. Carolyn Bolt Nicholas, Vice President, Human Resources and Administration, Supreme Ventures Limited. To the winning jockey, five-time champion Omar Walker. Presentation made by Mr. Lance Thomas, Vice President, Finance and Acting Chief Financial Officer. Receiving on behalf of the winning groom is Mr. Lee Oakley, and will receive from Mr. Wayne Buddha Singh, Vice President, Facilities and Maintenance, Supreme Ventures Limited.
Omar Walker and Fearless Samurai at even money in the betting. Fearless Samurai in. Field in line for the 2,000 guineas. They're ready to go. Foot Soldier acting up. Seem to be ready once again. But now there's one rearing in the gate. That might be Don Chassis. Starter walking now to the gate. So we have a slight delay. We were just about to go, and then it appears Don Chassis acted up. So Don Chassis taken out of the gate. And Don Chassis will now be checked by the vet. So there's a possibility of an injury, but the vet will decide that. Shane Ellis waits. And we'll soon have the verdict on Don Chassis. Michael Sims running back to his position. Don Chassis looks to be in once again. They're off for the 2,000 guineas. On the far side, Balazzo took off quickly. Secret Traveller chasing early. Market Force now slipping into a handy position. Tracked closely by Fearless Samurai. There goes Loose Cannon now heading for the front end, as they charge over on the back stretch and make their way now toward the 6th. Twilight Dreams is also travelling right up with the pace. Western Warriors taken off it. Fearless Samurai and Market Force now in behind the leading group. They're followed up by a Don Chassis, Rambunctious Lynx. Wong Don racing in behind with Uncle Vinny as they string out. Foot Soldier a further 2 lengths back, tracked by Akash. Sotomayor races toward the back of the field along with Nightlight, and Radical, running no race at all at the moment, is last. The 2,000 guineas field slip past the half mile, running into that turn, Loose Cannon, followed now by Twilight Dreams. Fearless Samurai beginning to edge closer. Secret Traveller is right on the heels of that group. There goes Palazzo now making progress and looking a threat as they slip past the 3/8 pole. Market Force has a lot to find from there. Western Warrior races wide of horses, but the leaders now come into the lane in the 2,000 guineas. Loose Cannon tackled by Fearless Samurai, his stablemate, and now Fearless Samurai points on that lead from a battling Loose Cannon. Twilight Dreams is over on the rail. Here is Market Force produced behind horses in the center, but it is Fearless Samurai in the hands of Omar Walker once again. They hold a 4-length lead, a 16th to run. Market Force beginning to inch closer. Fearless Samurai driven flat to the boards. Here is Market Force with a late lunge. Too late is the cry. Fearless Samurai has won for Wayne DaCosta and Omar Walker. Wayne DaCosta becomes the 4th trainer to take the Guinness double. Sotomayor may have been 3rd. In the winner's enclosure, the unofficial winner of the 2,000 guineas, sponsored once again by Cashpot Mega Ball 11 Fearless Samurai, Red Orange Valley Estates Limited, owned Elizabeth da Costa, trained Wayne da Costa, OD, the rider Omar Walker. And Wayne da Costa is the 4th trainer to win the Guineas double. Both of them, da Costa and Walker, have 4 winners on today's card. Second, 10 Market Force. Third, 3 Sotomayor. Result of the 12th now official. First 11 Fearless Samurai, $103 to win, 65 to place. Second 10 Market Force, $93. Third 3 Sotomayor, $107. Fourth 14 Radical. Fifth 1 Twilight Dreams. The trifecta $440. Exacta $476. Quinella $330. Double event $763. 6 high fives, 38,698 each. 432 triples, 1,174. 588 winners of the late pick 4, 3,556. 8 winners of the Twilight 6, 328,000. $955.20. Nobody able to pick 9. 5 with 8 of 9. $36,845.50. 132 with 7, 698. Carry over in the pick 9, $2,571,359.70. The splits are 23-3, 46-2, 111-3. A mile raced in 1 minute 40 and 2. The margins are half by 3 1/4. See you next race day, Saturday, April 15.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen, your attention directed to the winner's enclosure for the presentation of the Jamaica 2000 Guineas. Kindly donated. Chief Operating Officer, Supreme Ventures Racing and Entertainment Limited. To the winning trainer, Wayne da Costa. If we could have some silence on the stage, please. To the winning trainer, Wayne da Costa. Making the presentation, Mrs. Simone Clark Cooper, Assistant Vice President, Group Corporate Communications, Supreme Ventures Limited. Mr. Andrew Bromley, Vice President, Security and Surveillance, Supreme Ventures Limited, presenting to the winning breeder, Wayne da Costa. Receiving on behalf of the winning jockey is Wendy Walker. Presentation being made by Ms. Catherine Clark, Operations Marketing Manager, Supreme Ventures Racing and Entertainment Limited. Mr. Andre Marks, Group Manager, Enterprise Systems, Supreme Ventures Limited, on behalf of the winning groom, receiving Wendy Walker. Congratulations to Team Da Costa on a wonderful Guinness double.
Thousand Guineas, sponsored by Cashpot. The first classic of the season, they're off for it. Disability Charm missed the start. Honey Rider didn't, nor Sergeant Reckless, and they come away from the field as they run toward the 7. Brandy is racing out wide of horses, Miss Formality moving through runners as they charge down the backstretch. Band of Gold just on the inside of Miss Formality. Free Marie races on the rail. Disability Charm in a handy spot, just 5 lengths off that lead, moving ahead of Brandy. Lisa's Pepsi runs the rail. She's a Banker races out 3 wide of Fairuz in between horses. Annalisa races next as they charge down the backstretch. My Sister on the tail end of that, and Bad Luck Nadishika, Something Gone Awry, is pulled up at the back of the field. The runners in the 1,000 Guineas run toward the half mile. Disability Charm now moves right alongside Sergeant Reckless as they go spinning into that turn. They're tracked by Honey Rider, now beginning to make her move. Miss Formality and She's a Banker in behind, then Lisa's Pepsi. Free Marie is several lengths off that lead. Brandy on the outside of a Band of Gold. Annalisa asked to make progress along with Fairuz, and My Sister now at the tail end of the runners as the field leave the 5/16th, and Disability Charm has now powered to the front in the 1,000 Guineas. Into the lane comes a Disability Charm. Honey Rider is sticking to the rail and now taken off it. Lisa's Pepsi is set a light out wide. Disability Charm over against the rail. Honey Rider attacking along with Lisa's Pepsi. Free Marie could be the surprise of the bunch, moving down into 4th, but Disability Charm responds to the left-hand stick in the 1,000 Guineas. She holds a 3 or more length lead. Honey Rider is chasing along with Lisa's Pepsi. Disability Charm, something gone wrong, but wins the 1,000 Guineas. Lisa's Pepsi is 2nd, Honey Rider 3rd, Free Marie 4th, Fairuz has finished 5th. In the winner's enclosure, the unofficial winner of the 44th running of the Jamaica 1,000 Guineas, sponsored by Cashpot, 5 Disability Charm. A 3-year-old bay filly by Soul Warrior, running on empty by Go Rockin' Robin, bred David Willers, owned Fisherman Stables, trained Patrick Lynch, the rider Robert Hallidine. It's his 2nd win on the card. And Patrick Lynch also has 2 winners. Second, 3 Leases Pepsi. Third, 13 Honey Rider. Fourth, 1 Free Marie. Fifth, 7 Fayrouz. Running time for a mile, 1 minute 41 and 1.
Pick 4 wagering in Santa Anita now approaching 87,000. Pick 4 wagering in Santa Anita approaching 87,000. Hurrying at your wagers at Santa Anita. Pick 4 pool approaching 87,000. Less than 4 minutes to get your wagers. Opening triple pool at Evangeline now approaching at 28,000.
The representative of the winning owner is Executive Chairman, Supreme Ventures Racing and Entertainment Limited, Mr. Michael Bernard, receiving on behalf of the winning owner, Orville Morgan. Presentation to the winning trainer will be made by Mr. Brando Hayden, Chief Operating Officer, Supreme Ventures Racing and Entertainment Limited. Mr. Brando Hayden will make the presentation to the winning trainer, Patrick Lynch. Presentation to the winning breeder will be made by Ms. Heather Golding, Chief Marketing Officer, Supreme Ventures Racing and Entertainment Limited. Receiving on behalf of the winning breeder will be Kibisha Little. To the winning jockey, Robert Halladine. Well done, young man. Presentation to be made by Simone Clark Cooper, Assistant Vice President, Corporate Communications, Supreme Ventures, Robert Halladine, the winning jockey. Presentation to the representative of the winning groom will be made by Mr. Peter Green, Director of Marketing. And receiving on behalf of the winning
Denzel Miller will start them. So Marquesas and Shane Ellis circle behind. One of the last to load, Marquesas. Now loads. Field in line for the Jamaica 2,000 guineas, sponsored by Money Time. 1 mile to race. They're off for the guineas. Commander 2 gets away well on the far side. Another vigorous now moving up to challenge early. Jones Strike races out wide of horses. On the rail, that's moving through without exception. And it's Commander 2 without exception. Western Legend is there. El Professor right on their heels. Another vigorous taken in hand and backed off those fractions. Adonis and Outrageous Taj race next as they leave the 6. Jones Strike races in behind them. Marquesas settled off the fractions with Drummer Boy. Innovator wide. Reggae Road with them on the rail. Then comes Garincha, Royal Aviator and Contractor trails. They've left the 5. They're on the back stretch about to leave it as they race away now toward the half mile, and it is Commander 2 and on the rail without exception. Western Legend right with them. These 3 in a very tight bunch. Another Vigorous has made progress and tracks them from 4th. El Professor is racing down in 5th with Outrageous Taj. Further back to Marquesas, holding on to that rail run. Just ahead of him, a Jones Strike. Drummer Boy has a lot to do from there, along with Adonis, Reggae Road, Garincha, Royal Aviator, then Innovator and Contractor at the back of the field as they now come thundering into the lane. It is Commander 2 who has that lead. Commander 2 out in front without exception, now asked to challenge. Here now, beginning to kick in on the outside is Western Legend over against the rail, Outrageous Taj, but Commander 2 continues to show them his back end as they leave the furlong pole in the 2,000 guineas. It is Commander 2 inside the final 16th. Western Legend trying to get to him. Commander 2 driven flat to the boards, fighting for dear life to fight off Western Legend. It's close. Without exception is 3rd, then Marquesas, El Professor and Outrageous Taj. In the winner's enclosure, the unofficial winner of the 44th running of the Jamaica 2,000 guineas, sponsored by Money Time. Number 15, Commander 2, a 3-year-old bay gelding by Forest Danger, Hurricane Michelle by Western Classic, bred Everglades Farms Limited, owned Von White, trained Patrick Taylor, the rider Javanil Patterson. Congratulations to Von White, Patrick Taylor, and of course Javanil Patterson, who rode a peach of a race. 2nd, 3, Western Legend. 3rd, 1, without exception. 4th, 8, Marquesas. 5th, 6, El Professor. Running time, 1,600 meters, 1 minute, 40 seconds.
Presentation of the Jamaica 2000 Guineas. This was the 44th running, sponsored this year by Money Time. Making the presentation is Mr. Brando Hayden, Chief Operating Officer, Supreme Ventures Racing and Entertainment Limited, to the winning owner, Mr. Von White. Mr. Hayden will also make the presentation to the winning trainer, Patrick Taylor. And this is Patrick Taylor's biggest victory since attaining a racing trainer's license. Congratulations, Patrick Mice Taylor, on your big race win. Next up, Ms. Helen Irving, Brand Manager, Cash Pot, will present to the breeder's representative, Gossett Oliver. Ms. Irving will also present to the winning jockey. Well done, Javanil Patterson. Your biggest race win to date. Congratulations. Keita Wright, Brands Manager, Money Time, will present to the winning groom. The winning trainer will accept on behalf of the groom. Keita Wright makes the presentation to Patrick Taylor. Congratulations to Patrick Taylor, Mr. Von White, and all concerned. Well done, Commander 2. And we take this opportunity of thanking Cashpot for yesterday's sponsorship of the 1,000 Guineas and the Money Time for today's sponsorship of the 2,000 Guineas.